In a significant development, Ukrainian forces have made notable gains in their much-anticipated counter-offensive against Russian aggression. Reports confirm the liberation of several villages in the east and south of the country, marking the first successes for Ukraine since launching their efforts to reclaim occupied territories. Ukrainian troops raised the blue and yellow flag over Storozhova in the Donetsk region, a village occupied by Russian forces since March 2022. Marine brigades on the ground reported the destruction of Russian positions and the capture of prisoners during the operation. This achievement represents a decisive blow to the Russian occupation and boosts the morale of Ukrainian forces. As the Ukrainian counter-offensive gains momentum, Russian forces have resorted to desperate measures to impede their progress. Over the weekend, Ukrainian authorities reported that Russia had blown up two smaller dams in the Donetsk and Zaporizhia regions. This deliberate act aimed to obstruct Ukraine's advance by causing flooding and disrupting their operations. The destruction of the dams near Novodarovka and other key locations has resulted in significant flooding, affecting both sides of the Mokry Yali River. However, despite these obstacles, Ukrainian forces remain resolute in their determination to push forward. This ruthless tactic by Russia only serves to underscore the lengths they are willing to go to maintain control, while Ukrainian resilience persists. The Ukrainian counteroffensive continues to gather momentum as Ukrainian forces secure further victories against Russian occupation. In their relentless pursuit to reclaim their territories, Ukrainian troops successfully liberated three more villages, Blahodatna, Makarivka, and Neskuchna, in the Donetsk region. Unverified videos circulating online depict Ukrainian soldiers raising the national flag in Blahodatna and Neskuchna, symbols of defiance against Russian aggression. These strategic gains represent an incursion into the first line of Russian defenses, positioning Ukrainian forces closer to their ultimate objectives. Despite the fierce resistance encountered, Ukrainian soldiers stand resolute, determined to free their homeland from the clutches of occupation. Russian forces occupying Ukrainian territories are facing significant setbacks in their defensive efforts against the resurgent Ukrainian military. While Moscow attempts to deny Ukrainian progress, the reality on the ground tells a different story. The Russian Defense Ministry's claims of repelling Ukrainian attacks have been contradicted by Ukrainian officials, who confirm the recapture of villages in the southeast of the country. The strategic retreat of Russian troops from Blahodatna, Neskuchna, and Makarivka demonstrates the weakening position of the occupiers. Ukrainian forces press on, utilizing their combat expertise and employing tactical maneuvers to challenge Russian defenses. Despite losses, Ukrainian troops continue to make progress, signaling a turning tide in the war in Ukraine. As the Ukrainian counteroffensive gains momentum, international support and concerns grow in parallel. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and Polish leader Andrzej Duda met with French President Emmanuel Macron to discuss further support for Ukraine and prepare for the upcoming NATO summit. These discussions center around providing military assistance to Kyiv's counteroffensive, as well as addressing the urgent humanitarian needs resulting from the recent breach of the Kakhovka Dam. The international community recognizes the importance of standing with Ukraine in its struggle against Russian aggression and is actively exploring ways to offer security guarantees and support its NATO aspirations. The solidarity demonstrated by these nations reinforces the message that Ukraine is not alone in its fight for freedom and territorial integrity. The ongoing Ukrainian counteroffensive against Russian forces presents a critical juncture in the war in Ukraine. While Ukrainian troops have achieved notable successes in reclaiming occupied villages, challenges lie ahead. Western analysts and military officials caution that dislodging entrenched Russian troops, who have fortified their defenses over months of occupation, will be a formidable task, requiring sustained efforts over an extended period. Despite these obstacles, the progress made by Ukrainian forces is a testament to their courage, determination, and strategic acumen. The Ukrainian military, using deception as a main ploy, has launched assaults along multiple front lines. The strategic liberation of key villages indicates a strategic depth and calculated approach. The capture of Blahodatna, Neskuchna, and Makarivka paves the way for further advances, potentially targeting the land bridge connecting occupied Crimea and Donetsk, isolating Russian troops on the peninsula. Moreover, the recapture of Storozhov signifies a significant blow to Russian control and bolsters the morale of Ukrainian forces. As the conflict evolves, it becomes clear that Russian forces, despite their air superiority, are facing challenges in defending their positions. Depleted resources and a weakened leadership state contribute to their vulnerability. On the other hand, Ukrainian forces continue to exhibit resilience and determination. While the path ahead remains arduous, the Ukrainian counteroffensive offers hope for a brighter future, free from Russian occupation and aggression. Now, we invite you to share your perspectives on the Ukrainian counteroffensive. What are your thoughts on the progress made by Ukrainian forces and the challenges they face in reclaiming their territories? How do you envision the future of the conflict in Ukraine? Thank you for watching this episode of Warzone. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and we'd recommend watching one of these videos next for more updates.